Many of us are programmed in childhood to be a good girl or good boy and do things that please our caregivers so we can get the love and attention that we want. However, as an adult, this act of people-pleasing comes off as unattractive and weak because it may make us appear needy, immature, have poor boundaries, lack confidence, have low self-worth, and may even appear as gullible to be easily manipulated or taken advantage of. Many women suffer from the good girl syndrome and avoid confrontation or reject other people because they fear conflict, fear of being judged as a bitch, and fear of being disliked. What these women didn't know is that this act of keeping complying and conforming to others actually devalues us. If you think about it, how would other people know our worth if we don't set limits and standards? This may be a painful growing process for many young girls and women to learn because of the methods we've all been conditioned to please others and be nice in order to be accepted. The sad truth is, not many of us know how to seek the love and approval we need from within, to value our own worth, and be confident to stand up for ourselves. Fear not, lovely divine beings. You have the potential because you are watching this video. By learning how to heal ourselves and adapt to a more mature mindset, you can become attractive and charismatic without chasing for love or approval. In this video, we will go over the signs of people-pleasing, how to set healthy boundaries, and be a likable person without bending over backward trying too hard. Stay tuned. Human connections are essential for survival, growth, and experiencing the joy and love in life. However, when it becomes too enmeshed with weak boundaries, it can become entangled, dramatic, and hurtful. A healthy relationship requires all parties to show up as a self-responsible individual who is self-aware of their needs, their emotions, and their own responsibility. In the past, many children were brought up in developmental times under a hierarchy dynamic with a patriotic system that values power and overly focused on masculinity energy. This causes an unbalanced energy in an individual's development, the society, and the world. In order to be accepted, we are conditioned to self-abandon in order to comply with a given family role, with no mutual respect, discouraged self-expression, and inability to communicate emotions openly and safely. From this process, many people lose the connection with their body, their voice, and their authentic side of their natural being and are confused about their needs, unable to communicate effectively on what they want, and fear to set healthy boundaries that are supposed to protect and preserve themselves. Here are signs of people-pleasing, and boy do we have a list. Signs of people-pleasing. Saying yes when the activity or thing or people do not align with your value. Agree when you really don't. Sacrifice yourself to cater to others. Value other people's needs before your own and sacrifice yourself in a relationship. Lose yourself in relationships. Overshare too much private information away and mistakenly thinking it creates intimacy. Flirting when you're not interested. Saying yes just so you appear nice. Agree when you already have too much going on. Give yourself away in the forms of material, time, and energy when you are already depleted. Not asking for help. Not setting boundaries with others and yourself. Allow others to treat you poorly. Not setting standards on how other people treat you. Self-doubt in your own needs and ability, and questioning your own self-worth. The bottom line of this people-pleasing behavior is the need to feel safe and secure so that other people will accept us and that we will eliminate possible loneliness, abandonment, disapproval, judgment, criticism, shame, guilt, or maybe even violence. However, a relationship built on obligations and lessening oneself is based on fear and can be quite fragile and damaging. This is not to demean anyone with a people-pleasing tendency. To serve others and make other people happy is a great intention to have, but we don't need to sacrifice ourselves to serve others. Therefore, it's important for us to move away from the old patterns of black and white thinking and shift to a healthier mindset that is authentic, kind, and mature. As we move up the developmental stage as a society, it's time for us to state our needs and be comfortable having our needs met without having to manipulate or control others. When we learn to communicate our needs well, we allow others to be comfortable with themselves as well. The root cause of people-pleasing. As everything starts in childhood, the root cause of people-pleasing is likely a learned behavior from childhood programming. Looking at the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, many people grew up with their basic needs met, but they may experience unsafe and insecurity in their environment, and their emotional needs unfulfilled or underdeveloped. Children who grew up in dysfunctional homes learn to suppress their needs in order to fit their caregiver's schedule and priorities. And some, sadly, experience more adversaries due to caregivers having unresolved trauma and other issues themselves. What we didn't learn is what a healthy relationship looks like, where all parties get their needs met and everyone can grow stronger and wiser together. We have the right to preserve ourselves and enjoy the unique qualities in other people without feeling threatened. As we take responsibility for our healing and further development after leaving the nest, we can become stronger and more mature. A great book to read to advance your personal development is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. In the book, Stephen Covey mentions the maturity continuum on personal development. There is the dependent stage. This is the focus on you. This is the relationship where one person or all parties rely on a role model without inner strength, values, or purpose. It's similar to that of the child and the mother or caregiver relationship, or boss to an employee. Then we have the independent stage. This is about the I. This is when the person learns to assert their needs, becomes proactive, begins with an end in mind, and has the ability to prioritize their needs to put the first thing first. In other words, establish themselves. Lastly, we have the interdependent stage. This is the perspective on we. While most people may think the independent stage is the highest level, interdependence is where we have a mature mindset to think like a team that consists of marriage, family, organization, and society. This is where we become self-aware of our own strengths and weaknesses, develop empathy and compassion for others, and seek collaboration in order to move forward in unity. When we get to this stage of maturity, we can create many great things to advance humanity and provide many solutions to improve our lifestyle. For a person to mature, they must go through all these stages from one to the next in order to grow. As we develop ourselves, we can then present ourselves to the world as a whole healthy person with our own unique qualities and our own unique value to offer to the world. As a self-responsible individuals, we will also likely attract those with the same vibration because we've done our own inner work. Shadow side of people-pleasing. Many people may think people-pleasing is all about niceness and that we can be liked and accepted. However, what we didn't know is that there may be a shadow side to this behavior, and it comes down to one's intention and self-awareness. While being kind and compassionate to others can be a good thing, overly giving oneself away or compromising too much can be very unhealthy and can come off as needing approval. Self-worth is not built on how much you sacrifice and give to others, as this behavior causes one to lose self-respect, and it may reinforce dysfunctional behaviors in unhealthy relationships. It's important to look within ourselves to see if we're self-abandoning our own needs and integrity before we give to others. Here are some questions to help you self-reflect. Are you people-pleasing others and expecting something from them? Are you focusing on other people's life because you are neglecting your own responsibility, or are you in an abundant state where you have plenty to give? Are you helping other people's problems because you pity them, which is a one-up, one-down dynamic? Or are you helping others in a way to build their self-esteem to solve their own problems? Getting down to the bottom of your intentions will greatly help you identify your needs and become more self-aware. A great book to help you establish a stronger identity with confidence is the book Set Boundaries, Find Peace by Nedra Tawwab. In this book, you will learn deeper on the needs you may not even know how to put words on, the various boundaries you can set in order to preserve yourself, and how to set boundaries in different relationships to create healthy intimacy, respect, and possible collaboration. Having a stronger identity allows you to prioritize what's important to you, so you can learn to communicate more effectively on how to get your needs met appropriately, and allow room for creativity, negotiation, and win-win results without suppressing ourselves to please others. Be yourself and act worthy. As quote by Sarah Jakes Roberts, "There's nothing wrong with not having figured out who you are, but so much can go wrong when you pretend that you have." When you can speak and act with self-responsibility to your own needs and core values, it means you know your worth and you have self-respect. From there, you naturally attract healthy people into your life and eliminate those who don't align with your vibe. Understand that at the very core of who you are is a divine being who is worthy to have all the dreams and desires come true, and your part is to become aware that the magic is already within you. You can let go of all people-pleasing behaviors and be authentic to what brings you joy. From your joy and fulfillment, you become charismatic and allow those who already like you to be part of your life. If you find this video helpful, please consider subscribing to our channel and share it with people you like. Until next time, become who you are meant to be, the radiant divine being as you are with your unique creative power. The world will be a much happier place when you know that you are worthy to thrive as who you are.